It's the last days of Conan at Marvel, and all I gotta say is thank God, because now it's time for freedom, and we say to Marvel, and just let us commence a great new era for Conan. So, most of you guys have probably already heard and seen this news, but anyway, I just want to give my 2 cents. As you can see, Tencent reportedly recalling Conan the Barbarian license from Marvel. This we already kind of knew, and this is not really the bombshell of what I really wanted to cover, because we knew Marvel's time was coming to an end, and we're really thankful for that, because I believe most of you guys agree it's time for a change, it's time for freedom. Conan is in the public domain in Europe, coming to public domain in the US in couple of decades, I guess, in the 30s maybe, I don't remember. Anyway, the point is, now is time to get rid of this dead company that's been weighing down Conan. And yes, some of the Conan material has been decent or even good from Marvel. I mean, the recent stuff, I haven't read it all, but I read some of it, and it's been pretty okay, I guess. But anyone who knows anything about Marvel, current Marvel, knows that it's a dead company going down the drain. It's lost the best writers, it's lost the best artists, it's lost everything that once made it great, and the quality has suffered. It's downsized to however small it is now, and very small compared to what it was, and I'm sorry, but it's plain to see. It's not where it's happening right now. The indie scene is where it's happening. So Ablaze has been showing the way for Conan in Europe, and it's been showing in some really great, awesome adaptations. I haven't reviewed here, but trust me, the Ablaze guys are doing just fantastic job on the adaptation of Conan. So check them out. I definitely recommend. But the big news that is very interesting, and we shall see how it goes, because it is, after all, it is Tencent that owns now Conan, and that's kind of like it's not the best thing. I'm not that happy about that the Chinese companies, they're basically taking over everything and owning everything. But then again, we can reassure ourselves that Conan is in the public domain, and we can all make Conan stories. So that's, I think, really fantastic. That really opens up possibilities to write stories and just do some great stuff. Really, really cool. Anyway, the news is, according to a new report, Tencent has recalled Marvel's license to Conan the Barbarian. And this is the big news. Supposedly in preparation to self-publish their own stories based on Robert E. Howard. So that's the big news. Self-publish. So Conan Properties International is gonna publish themselves Conan stories and presumably adaptations. This will be very, very interesting, because it is a big company that owns Conan Properties, so they do have the money, and we shall see if they want to spend and make some really, really, really good Conan comics. So I definitely say it is very interesting, and I'm looking forward to see what they're gonna bring, what they're gonna publish. Word of Conan's departure from the once esteemed comic book publisher's catalog of IPs was first brought to light by Bleeding Cool's Rick Johnston, who on May 14 published a report to his website announcing Conan licensed to move on from Marvel Records, Marvel Comics. Johnston states that he first became aware of supposed loss of Conan license by Marvel after coming across a Facebook post from an unspecified but well-connected fan to an unspecified Conan the Barbarian fan page, in which they declared say goodbye to seeing Essad's Conan cover work, and there will be no follow-up to Conan Exodus as Marvel no longer owns the rights to the character. And that's the Essad art is pretty good. I actually like it. Prompted by this post, Johnston claims to have done a little digging while in attendance at the 22 Lake Como Comic Art Festival held in Italy, and doing so learned that the Cabinet Entertainment, who currently controls the rights to the Conan IP through their subsidiary Conan Properties International, would indeed be recalling the license from Marvel. Yes, let's go. Bleeding Cool understands that these companies or new owners now wish to publish Conan comic books themselves. Yes. And so won't be renewing the Marvel Comics license. Who needs that company anyway? Really. It's a shell of its former self. It's nothing like what Stan Lee was running in the 70s. Publishing Savage Sword of Conan. This is also good. Interestingly, Johnston additionally reported that this will not affect Conan back stock of collections and omnibuses, which Marvel will continue to publish. That's good, so we can get all those classic Savage Sword of Conan and Conan the Barbarian comics that are long out of print, obviously, and you don't have to hunt eBay for all those old comics. Though they've been a bit out of print, the newer stuff, or these omnibuses have been out of print a bit as well. But that's good, so we can get those. There's also a bit of news that they could still use the Conan character in Savage Avengers comic books. That will have to be seen. Well, yeah, definitely we'll see. So it's unfortunately, this leaves Conan at 10 cents, but I mean, we just have to take a day at a time and see what this will bring us. If it's doom, then it's doom, and then we'll say that it's has gone bad. But I wouldn't think that would be in the interest of the new company. I would think they would actually be interested in making a good product that sells, and not go down the route of current Marvel that is a disaster. This decision comes just after 4 years after Marvel Comics required 4 years required a license to Conan from Dark Horse Comics. Now Dark Horse had a good run, definitely some excellent Conan comics. Maybe not the last ones, but still. Also, classic comics. Kurt Busiek's run. So yeah, the Exodus is the last Conan. There's the cover. So what do you guys think? you think like me, it's time for some freedom, and let us see what the future brings us. And are you guys happy like me to see the possibilities in this, and not be shackled down by Marvel, current Marvel, doing stuff like we saw in the last news I covered, the dumb censoring stuff. That's just really completely moronic. Some say it doesn't matter, who cares, but it all stifles the artistic expression, and you give them a little, they will take the whole hand and take everything. And as we can see, it has already in many forms at Marvel. All these different things has just poisoned the whole company. And well, let's not get into the whole thing, but you know, guys, you know what I mean. So instead, let's do like the Blaze guys are doing, completely staying true to the character and actually true to the story, and respecting Robert E. Howard, and making good Conan comics again, great Conan comics again. Like, there's so many possibilities, and great Solomon Kane comics and Call comics. Like, it's just, let's get people actually passionate about telling good stories and not afraid of Twitter people and by company mandates about whatever social issue stuff. Oof. So we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you see this as a positive as well. Let's see what Conan will bring us. Hail Conan.